Hello everyone, this is Grace here. In this video, we'll be discussing problem 4.7 from contract costing. The Indian Construction Co Limited has undertaken the construction of a bridge over the river Yamuna for a corporation. The value of the contract is rupees 15 lakhs subject to retention of 20% until 1 year after certified completion of the contract and final approval of the corporation's engineer. The following are the details as shown in the books on 30th June 2016. Labor on site, material direct to site, materials from stores, hire and use of plant, direct expenses, general overheads allocated to the contract, materials on hand on June 30th, 2016, wages accrued on June 30th, 2016, direct wages accrued on June 30th, 2016, works not yet certified at cost, amount certified by the corporation engineers, cash received on account. So prepare contract account, contractees account and show how it would appear in the balance sheet. So here in this problem they have asked us to show how these items will appear in the balance sheet. So let us first prepare our contract account. So the items which is required to be classified in the contract account will be labor on site, materials direct to site, materials from stores, hire and use of plant, direct expenses, general overheads. Then all these items will be appearing in your debit side. In your credit side, materials on hand on June 2016, wages accrued, direct expenses on June 30th, 2016. Wages accrued will also be appearing in your debit side. Then wages accrued will be appearing in your wages accrued on June 2016 will be appearing in your debit side. Direct expenses accrued on June 30th, 2016 will appear in the debit column, which is nothing but your outstanding expenses which you're supposed to pay, so it will be appearing in your debit side. Works not yet certified at cost in your credit, amount certified by the corporation engineer in the credit, and materials on hand on 30th June 2016 6,300. So this is the closing value of the material, so which is the material of which is in on hand which is not on the site. So only the expenses or the inputs which is into the contract will be in your debit side, and the output, that is work in progress, that are under work in progress you have work certified and work uncertified, and the closing value of the any assets will appear in the credit side. So let us prepare your contract account. Contract account for the year ending to 30th June 2016. Two materials direct to site 4,20,000 from the question. Direct to site, so you have materials direct to site, so it is into the site is replaced by the contract has been carried out, so 4,20,000. Then we have materials from stores, so materials are being brought from stores to the site, which is 81,200, which has been recorded. And labors on site, so the expenses of the labor who are working in the site is 4,05,000, which has been recorded. Then hire and use of plant, so these plants are hired and used in the site for the contract work, which is 12,100 has been recorded. Then we have general overheads, it's nothing but an expenses, so that will also be recorded 37,100, as well as direct expenses of 23,000 also will be recorded. So general overheads 37,100 and direct expenses 23,000. Next we have materials on hand on 30th June 2016, which is a closing balance of materials, so it will be appearing on the credit side by materials on hand 6,300. Next we have wages accrued on June 30th, 2016. So these are the wages which is accrued on the end of the day, that is June 30th, 2016, but it is and expenses which is yet to occur, so it is recorded as an expenses for the contract, so it will be appearing in the debit side. So two wages accrued 1,800, two wages accrued 7,800, so 7,800 is the wages accrued. Next we have direct expenses accrued on 30th June 2016. So this is an expense which will be appearing in your debit column. So to direct expenses accrued, which is 1600. Next we have works not yet certified at cost, which will come under the heading work in progress, works not certified. So by work in progress we have uncertified, which is 16,500, and certified amount will be amount certified by the contractor engineer. So the certified is work certified, which is 11 lakh. So 11 lakh was been written here. Under work in progress, work certified as well as uncertified is being recorded. So now we will total up. So all the expenses are being classified in your debit as well as in your credit side. So when we total up, we'll find a difference in your debit column. So any difference in your debit column will be called as notional profit. So by notional profit carried down. So the total credit column items are total of it is 11 lakh. The total of it is, so the total is 11,22,800. So when 11,22,800 minus all your debit expenses, that is 4,20,000, 81,200, 4,05,000, 12,100, 37,100, 7,800, 23,000, 1,600, 1,35,000. I'm sorry, was 1600, you will get a balancing amount which is 1,35,000. So the difference in your debit side is 1,35,000, which will be called as to notional profit carried down. So this notional profit will be brought down by notional profit brought down, which is 1,35,000, and this notional profit should be transferred to your profit and loss, as well as the remaining will be transferred to your reserves based on the percentage of work completed. So to calculate percentage of work completed, the formula is work certified divided by contract price. So your work certified is 11 lakh. So your contract price, which is mentioned in the question. So what is mentioned in the question is contract price is 15 lakh subject to retention of 20% until 1 year after certified completion of the contract. So the value of the contract price is 15 lakh. So work certified, which is 11 lakh divided by 15 lakh. So 11 lakh divided by 15 lakh will give you 73.33 percentage. So when the completion of the task, the percentage lies between or more than 50% to 90%, the formula will be notional profit into 2/3 into cash ratio. Cash ratio is nothing but cash received divided by work certified. So that ratio will be calculated. So as the percentage of work completed is 73.33%, so it is between 50 to 90%, which is 2/3. So to profit and loss, work is notional profit into 2/3 into cash ratio, which is cash received divided by work certified. So your notional profit is 1,35,000 into 2/3 into cash received is, in your question the cash received is stated, which is cash received on account is 8,80,000. So 8,80,000 divided by 11 lakh is your work certified. So work certified is 11 lakh. So after calculating it, you will be getting 72,000. So out of 1,35,000, 72,000 is your amount which will be transferred to your profit and loss, and the remaining will be transferred to your reserve to carry on the further activities. So next we will be preparing our contractees account. So in contractees account, we will be recording how much the contractee has paid to the contractor from the contract. So from the contract, the actual amount which the contractee has paid is, or received by the contractor is, by cash account debtor to contractees account. When we are preparing these accounts, we need to assume ourselves that we are the contractor, we are taking up the contract and running the contract. So based on that, we will assume and we will record the expenses and prepare your contract account. Now we are preparing contractees account to know how much we have received from the contractee. So in contractee's account, we will receive the cash which has been paid by him, which is cash received. So the journal entry will be cash account debtor to contractee's account. So who's paying it? Contractee. So cash is coming in. So by cash, how much is he paying? As per the question, cash received on account is 8,80,000. So which is 8,80,000. 8,80,000 is the cash which is received, and this is received for the contract account what we have prepared. So to contract account 8,80,000. So 8,80,000 is the amount of cash which is being received by the contractor. So next is the balance sheet which we are supposed to prepare. So next is your balance sheet as on 30th June 2016. In this balance sheet, we will not have a prescribed format. So it is based on the whatever information we are getting from the contract. We will be classifying it as assets and liabilities in the balance sheet without any steps or without any formation or classification is required in this contract account balance sheet. So we will be classifying it as liabilities and assets. So whatever liability we are getting from the contract account, we will post under the liabilities head, and whatever assets or whatever income is generated by the contract account will be classified under the asset column. Now the liabilities what we have got is all your outstanding expenses which is there in the problem. So in the question you have outstanding expenses. All your outstanding expenses are your current liabilities. So your outstanding expenses here are which is stated wages accrued and direct expenses accrued, which is outstanding, which has not yet been paid, but the expenses have been recorded. So which is 7,800 and 1,600. So 7,800 and 1,600. Next we will have in your asset column. In your asset column we will be taking work in progress item, that is work certified and work uncertified. With the work certified and uncertified we will get the total amount what you are going to receive. In that we will be minusing our cash received amount, and we will minus how much has been gone to the reserve. So cash, to know what is the balance yet balance amount which is yet to be received, we will the balance amount which is yet to receive will be the asset of the contractor. So to find out that as it is an asset, we will classify that and show it in the balance sheet. So your work in progress items are work certified, which is 11 lakh, and work uncertified, which is 16,500, which will give you 11 lakh 16,500. This is the total amount what we are supposed to receive from work certified and work uncertified balances. So with this balance we will minus the cash received. So as per the question, the cash received is 8,80,000. So this is the money which you have already received. So when we minus 8,80,000, so the remaining which is receivable by us or the contractor is 2,36,500. With this 2,36,500, the balance what we have got, the certain percentage of the amount will be transferred to the reserve. So how much has been transferred to reserve is 63,000. So 63,000 is transferred to the reserve. The balance is 1,73,500. So there is nothing else to be recorded in the balance sheet. You can also record current assets like you can record stock in the problem, or if you have plant value of plant in the problem can also be recorded. So as this plant is an IR plant, we will not record in the asset because this asset is IR which can be returned anytime. So any plant, any stock which is there in the question can also be recorded in your asset column and can be classified. This contract account balance sheet will not tally because this doesn't show the overall assets of the company or of the firm. It is only the assets and liabilities of the contract which is formed or which is agreed upon to complete a particular task within a certain period for a certain fees or remuneration. So this balance sheet will not tally. So the next problem what we are discussing is problem 4.8. Modern contractors have undertaken the following two contracts on 1st January 2016. Material sent to sites. So there are two contracts A and B. So material sent to sites is being distributed to contract A and B. Labor engaged on sites. Plant installed at sites at cost. Direct expenditure, establishment charges, material returned to stores, work certified, cost of work not certified, materials in hand, wages accrued, direct expenditure accrued, value on plant 31st December 2016. The contract prices have been agreed at 2,50,000 from the contract A and 2 lakh for contract B. So the contract price is also given. Cash has been received from the contract A as follows. For contract A, 1,80,000 is received. For contract B, 1,40,000 is received. Please remember, when we find out how much profit to be transferred to profit and loss account, we use a formula which is notional profit into 1/3 or 2/3 into cash ratio. So in the question, if they've given cash received amount, it is better to use the formula cash received divided by work certified to calculate the profit to be transferred to profit and loss. If the cash received percentage is given, like 80% of the work certified is received, then the cash ratio percentage can be directly taken. But if the cash received amount is given in the problem, please use the formula was notional profit into 2/3 or 1/3 as per the percentage of work completed into cash received divided by work certified. So among these expenses which is given, they have asked us to prepare contract account, contractees account, and show how the work in progress shall appear in the balance sheet of the contractor. So they have asked us to show only how work in progress shall appear, so not the other value of the assets. If the if you're solving the problem and if you want to show, you can show, but the balance sheet will not always tally. So now we will prepare the contract A's account for the year ending 31st December 2016. So here material sent to site will be in the debit side, labor engaged on site will be a debit item, plant installed at site will also be a debit item, direct expenditure debit item, establishment charges debit item, materials returned to stores. As this material is moving from stores from site to the stores, so it is going out of the contract, so it will be in your credit side. Work certified also credit side, cost of work not certified also credit item. Materials in hand is the closing value of the material, so it will appear in the credit item. Wages accrued is an expense, so it will appear in the debit. Direct expenditure accrued is also expense, it will appear in your debit side. Value of plant on 31st December 2016, which is the closing value of the plant, which will appear in the credit side. Then contract prices, so this will be useful for using in the formula. So let us prepare contract A's account. Contract A's account to materials sent to site. Materials sent to site, as per the question, the materials which is sent to site for A, contract A is 85,349 and labor engaged on site 74,375 and plant installed at site 15,000 will be recorded here. So materials, labor and plant. Then other expenses are direct expenditure 3,167, establishment charges 4,126 will also be recorded here. Direct expenditure, establishment wages, establishment charges, wages accrued and direct expenditure will also be recorded in your debit column. So all the expenses which is accrued as well as the opening value of the asset, then all the expenses are being recorded in the debit side. Then we have your credit items. In your credit items we will have materials returned to stores, which is 549, and under work in progress heading we will have work certified and cost of work not certified, which is 1,95,000 and 4,509. So we have materials returned to stores 549. Then we have by work in progress, work certified, work uncertified 1,95,000 and 4,500, which will give you 1,99,500. Then we have other items like materials, closing value of the materials, which is 1,883. 1,883 is been recorded. Then we have closing balance of plant, which is value on plant 31st December 2016, which is 11,000. So 11,000 has also been recorded. So when we total up your credit and debit items, we found a difference in your debit side. So the total of your credit will give you 2,12,932. So when we minus all the expenses like 85,349, 74,375, 15,000, 3,167, 4,126, 2,400 and 240. We get a difference of 28,275, which is nothing but your notional profit which has been carried down. This notional profit will be brought down to find out how much is to be transferred to your profit and loss and the remaining to be transferred to your reserves. So your notional profit is brought down, which is 28,275. So now after finding getting your notional profit, we will find out what is the percentage of work completed. So the first step is percentage of work completed. To find out percentage of work completed, the formula is work certified divided by contract price. So your work certified is 1,95,000. Your contract price, which is mentioned in the question for A, which is the contract price have been agreed at 2,50,000 for contract A. So your work certified is 1,95,000 divided by 2,50,000, which will give you 78%. When the percentage of work completed lies more than 50% to 90%, the formula will be notional profit into 2/3 into cash ratio. Cash ratio is nothing but cash received divided by work certified. So in this problem, as the cash received amount is given, so we will use the cash received formula instead of using the percentage of cash ratio. So notional profit is 28,275 into 2/3 into cash received as per the question for A is 1,80,000. So it shows here, which is cash received from the contract is as follows. Contract A 1,80,000. So 1,80,000 is the cash which has been received divided by work certified, which is 1,95,000, so which will give you rupees 17,400. So out of notional profit of 28,275, 17,400 is transferred to profit and loss account. The remaining 10,875 is transferred to the reserve account. So the balance is 10,875, which will be transferred to your reserves account. So next we will be preparing contractees account for contract A. So contractees account, first we will be recording the cash what we have received. So for contract A, the cash what we are receiving is 1,80,000 as per the question. So by cash account 1,80,000. So as the date is given for you, we can have an additional column for date as well for contractees account. Cash is received 1,80,000. Then this 1,80,000 is being received from the contract, or it can also be shown as by balance carried down. It can be to contract account or by balance carried down. So which is 1,80,000. So 1,80,000. 1,80,000. This balance will be brought down or will be shown until and unless the contract has been completed. So therefore, 1,80,000 is the amount which is received by the contractor from the contractee for contract A. Next is our contract B's account. So the same classification will be done like materials, labor, plant, direct expenditure, establishment charges, wages, direct expenditure will be recorded, and your credit items also will be recorded similar to contract A, which is by materials returned to stores, material in hand, plant in hand, then all your work in progress items. So when we record all your contract B's items, so as per the question, the total in there is difference in your credit side. So the total what we get in your debit items are 1,63,281. So when we look into the difference what we are getting is 3,413 in your credit column. So when there is difference in a credit column, it is our loss which has been incurred. So for contract B, loss has been incurred. So by loss to profit and loss account, where we are getting 3,413. So when there is loss which has been incurred, no profit will be the full loss will be transferred to profit and loss account, and there will be nothing to be transferred to your reserves account. So we will directly prepare our contractees account. So as we are receiving cash for the contract B, the cash amount is the cash received from the contractees are as follows. For B, it is 1,40,000. So by cash account 1,40,000. So it can be by balance, two balance carried on with 1,40,000, or it can be two contracts account 1,40,000. And this balance would be the opening balance for the next year, because in this problem they have not stated when is the contract being closed. So it continues, the balance will be brought down for the next year as well. Then they have asked us to prepare the balance sheet. To prepare the balance sheet, they have asked us to show the performance of work in progress. We will be showing all the assets and liability whichever is possible in the question. So first we will look into the assets what are there in the problem. We can also take current assets as well as fixed assets. So materials in, and we will take all the closing balance. So materials in, and then wages accrued, direct expenditure accrued will be appearing in the liabilities side. All your outstanding accrued will be appearing in your liabilities side. So material in hand, value of plant, the closing value will appear in the asset column. So the asset items are material in hand, then plant. So plant, in the question, do we have depreciation for the plant? So if you look into the question, we have the depreciation. How did we get the depreciation amount? Is the opening value of the plant is for contract A is 15,000, and so the opening balance in this question for the plant is for contract A and for contract B is 15,000 and 12,500. So opening balance is 15,000 plus 12,500. So the total value of the asset taken by the contractor for these two contract is the plant as value asset value is 15,000 plus 12,500, which will give you 27,500. When the opening is 27,500, when we look into the closing balance of the asset for both the contract, which is 11,000 plus 9,500, which will give you 20,500. So from 27,500 it has been reduced to 20,500. So as it is reduced, the depreciation is 27,500 minus 20,500, which will give you 7,000 is the difference. So that is what we have shown here. Plant value at the beginning of the year is 27,500. The closing value will be shown in the asset side, which is 20,500. So the depreciation which has been charged for it is the difference of 27,500 plus 20,500 will give you 7,000. Then the closing value of materials has been taken. So materials in and 31st December 2016 is 1,883 plus 1,735, which will give you 3,619. So next we will show work in progress items. Under work in progress we have two contracts, contract A and contract B. So first we will take contract A. Under contract A we will have work certified and uncertified. So work certified for contract A is 1,95,000 and work uncertified is 4,500. So the total of it is 1,99,500. So with this amount we will minus the amount which has been received, or we can all which has been received. So when you minus or less our cash received 1,80,000. Okay, here it is vice versa. First they have minus the profit which has been transferred to the reserve. Okay, we will minus the profit in reserve, which is 10,875. How did we get 10,875? Is in your contract A we have the notional profit which has also been sent to reserve 10,875. So we will minus that reserve, which is 10,875, and the balance we will get 1,88,625. So in this balance we will minus the cash received amount too. Then the balancing figure will be the amount which is be which is to which is being kept, or which is an asset to the firm. So when we minus our cash received 1,80,000, we will get the balance of 8,625. So in work in progress items, that is work certified and work uncertified, with that we will minus our reserves and we will minus our cash received to find out what is the amount which is an asset to our to us or to the contractor. Assume yourself always to be the contractor when you're preparing your contract accounts. Next, for contract B, work certified and work uncertified, which is 1,45,000 and 3,000. With that, we will minus cash receipt first, or you can minus the reserve amount. So in this problem, we don't have anything which is being transferred to reserve, because everything is the because what you have incurred is loss in this contract. So we will directly minus the cash which you have received, which is mentioned in the question, which is 1,40,000. So the amount which is sustained in the contract B, or which is to be receivable from the contractee, is 8,000. So these are your assets. So we will classify your liabilities. All your outstanding and accrued which is there in the question will be recorded. So wages accrued and the direct expenses accrued, both for A and B, will be added up. So wages accrued for A is 2,040, that is, I'm sorry, 2,400. Next, for B it is 2,100. So when we total up, we will be getting 4,500. Then we have direct expenses. Direct expenses is 240 plus 180. So 240 plus 180 will give you 420. Next, we have got profit for A, which is 17,400, and there is loss, which is loss for contract B. So we will minus the profit from the loss. 17,400 minus 3,413. So what is the balance what we have got, or which will be transferred to your profit and loss account, is 13,987. The profit will always be in your liability side. As you all know, profit will always be distributed, or it will be used for the further contract. So it will always be a liability which is to be met. So it will appear in your liability side. So make sure that whatever items is possible for you to show in the balance sheet, please show it. It can be a current asset, it can be a fixed asset, but work in progress calculation is must to be shown. So work in progress in the sense, work certified plus work uncertified minus the amount which has been transferred to the reserve, and we will minus the cash receipt to find out the balance. And in your liability side, we will be taking all your accrued, that is nothing but your outstanding expenses, and we will be showing the profit which has been earned by the contract. If there is profit for both, add both the contracts profit and show it. If there is loss, minus the loss from the profit of the contract which you have earned, and then show the balance. So the next problem is problem 4.9. TK Construction Limited is engaged on two contract A and B during the year. The following particulars are obtained. In this problem 4.9, TK Construction Limited is engaged on two contracts A and B during the year. The following particulars are obtained at the year end, December 31st. So date of commencement is given April 1st, and for contract B it is September 1st, which has been carried by the contractor. So A and B is the contract price is given, materials issued. So material issued will be in your debit side, material return will appear in your credit side. So you can look here, which will appear in the credit side. So materials issued is coming into the site, material returned is moving out of the site. Then materials on site, December 31st, December 31st. So this is an asset which is a closing balance, which is there at the site. So this is the material which is not being used, and it will be moved to the warehouse very soon. That is because this is the remaining materials which is left over on December 31st. So this is the closing balance of the material which will appear on the credit side. Direct labor, direct expense in your debit, establishment expenses in your debit, plant installed at cost will also be a debit. Value of plant, this is the closing value because December 31st is given, so it will appear in your credit side. Cost of contract not yet certified, so this is your work in progress item, which is work uncertified, which will appear in your credit side. Value of contract certified, which is your work certified, which will appear in your credit side. Cash receipt from the contractee, which will be used for calculating in your formula. And this is the architect's fees. It is an expense, so you will be recording it in your debit side of your contract account. Then during the period, materials amounting to rupees 9,000 has been transferred from contract A to contract B. So as these materials are transferred from contract A to contract B, in contract A's account, it will appear in your credit side. As contract B is receiving it, it will appear in the debit side as materials. So let us prepare our contract account one by one. So contract account for A. Contract A account for the year ending 31st December. So by materials used, is there in the question. Materials issued and used in the contract 1,60,000. Materials returned. Materials returned is 4,000, which will appear in the credit side. Material returned 4,000. Then we have direct. Then we have material on site, which is the closing balance of the material. So it will appear on the credit side by materials. By closing balance of material or by stock of material, which is 22,000 in your credit side. Direct labor and direct expenses, which is 1,50,000 and 66,000, would be recorded in the debit side, which is 1,50,000 and 66,000 of direct labor and direct expenses. Next, establishment expenses will also be recorded in your debit side as 25,000. Then we have plant installed at cost, which is 80,000. Then we have the closing value of the plant. If you look into this problem, they have taken depreciation of the plant here, or either you can directly write the opening value of the plant here and write the closing value of the plant in your credit side, as we have done for your previous problem, or you can show your depreciation amount directly. So how are you going to show your depreciation amount is, your opening value of the plant is 80,000, then your closing value of plant is 65,000. So the value of the plant is reduced from 85 to 65. So the balance will obviously be opening value of the plant, which is 80,000, and closing value of the plant is 65,000. So the difference what you get is 15,000. So why is the plant value reduced? Because depreciation has been charged. So in the calculation, we usually show the opening balance in your debit side and the closing value of the plant in the credit side. You can either show in that way, or you can also show in this method. So this problem is done or solved to show there are either way you can record the value of the asset. So here here they have recorded depreciation directly in your debit side. So what they have done is they have minus the opening and the closing, which is 80,000 minus 65,000, which will give you 15,000. So this is one method. Or you can record opening value of the asset as to plant 80 year in your debit side, and by plant as 65,000 in your credit side. Both the ways will give you the same answer of your notional profit will be same. Whether you're getting notional profit or loss, it will be the same. So your depreciation is done. So we have got this depreciation is 80,000 minus 65,000. Then we have, after calculating depreciation, we have taken establishment expenses, and we will also take architect's fees, which is 2,000. So 2,000 has been taken. So now when it comes to your credit side, we will take your closing balance of your material at site is taken, which is 22,000. Then value of plant will not take because we have directly written the depreciation. So we will take under work in progress, works are not certified, and work certified. Work not certified is 23,000. Work certified is 4,20,000. So 4,20,000 plus 23,000 will give you 4,43,000. So this is your credit items and your debit items which you have classified. So the total of your debit will give you 4,78,000, and you can find difference in your debit side, which has a difference of 60,000. So when there is difference in your debit column, it is the notional profit. So to notional profit carried down, which is 60,000. So with this notional profit will be brought down to segregate the notional profit or divide the notional profit to be transferred to profit and loss, and the remaining to the reserve to carry on the contract. So this profit has been brought down 60,000. So now to find out how much we are going to transfer to your profit and loss, we need to find out the percentage of work completed. So what is the formula is work certified divided by contract price. So your work certified for this contract A is 4,20,000. You need to check what is the contract price which is given in the question, which is 6 lakh. So work certified, which is 4,20,000 divided by 6 lakh, So your work certified for contract A is 4,20,000. 4,20,000 divided by, which is contract price is 6 lakh as per the question. So 4,20,000 and 6 lakh, 4,20,000 divided by 6 lakh, which will give you 4,20,000 divided by 6 lakh, which will give you 0.7. So into 100 to find out the percentage, which is 70%. So when it is 70%, the percentage of work completed, when it lies to 70%, the formula is to 50 to 90%. The formula will be notional profit into 2/3 into cash ratio, which is cash received divided by work certified. So now notional profit is 60,000. So 60,000 into 2/3 into cash received as per the question. What they have given here is cash received is 3,78,000 for contract A. So 3,78,000 divided by work certified, which is 4,20,000. So your profit which is to be transferred to your profit and loss will be 36,000. So out of 60,000, 36,000 is transferred to profit and loss account. So the remaining will be transferred to your reserves account, which is 24,000. So it is two reserves and reserves, which is 24,000. So next we will be after preparing your contract A's account, we will be preparing contract B's account for A. So A's contract A's account. So how much is the cash which you have received for contract A is by cash account, which is mentioned in the question, which states 3,78,000. So 3,78,000 is received, and this will be transferred to by as to contract account, or it can also be transferred to or stated as by to balance carried down 3,78,000. So this is the amount which is received by the contractor from the contractee for the contract A. Next, we will be preparing our contract B's account. So under contract B's account for the year ending, similar items are being classified for A as well as for B. So the only difference is here in the adjustment they have stated materials of 9,000 has been transferred from contract A to contract B. So here in contract A, as it is been moved out from contract A, by materials returned to B was recorded 9,000. From A it is coming out to B. So from A it is moved out, so we have recorded it in the credit side. As it is coming to B, we will record it in the debit side. So first we will record material issued, which is 60,000. Then materials returned will be in your credit side as 2,000 by materials returned. Next, as it is stated in as this item which is been transferred from A to B stated in the adjustment, we will be writing in your debit side because it is being received from A to into B. So it is coming into the contract of B. So we will record in the debit side. So two materials from contract A, which is 9,000. Then we have direct labor, which is 42,000, and direct expenses 35,000. So 42,000 and 35,000 of labor and expenses. Next, establishment charges 7,000. Establishment expenses 7,000. Next, plant, we can either write the opening or closing. Take opening in the debit and closing in the credit. But in this problem they have minus and they have shown only depreciation. We can either way show. So the opening value of the plant is 70,000 and closing balance of the plant is 64,000. So 70,000 minus 64,000, which will give you the difference is 6,000. So the depreciation is 6,000. So we can record to depreciation on plant 6,000. Then we have architect's fees, which is 1,000. So we will be recording to architect's fees 1,000. So now your debit items are done. Your credit items, you have taken materials returned, which is stated in the question. Materials returned 2,000. So the other items are your other items will be your any closing balance of the material is given in the problem. Yes, materials on site December 31st, which is 8,000. So that will also be recorded. Next we have by work in progress. So under work in progress we have work certified and uncertified. So work certified value of contract certified is 1,35,000 and work not certified is 10,000. So we will be taking work certified 1,35,000, work uncertified 10,000. So the total is 1,45,000. So now when we total up, we'll have excess amount in your debit side and compared to your credit items. So when there is difference in your credit, it is the notional loss or loss which has been incurred. So when the total of your debit items is 1,60,000, so the balancing figure is 5,000 in your credit side. So as the difference is in the credit, we will have by notional by loss which has been incurred. So by profit and loss on the contract, as it is loss, nothing will be transferred to your reserves account, everything will be transferred to your profit and loss as a loss which has been incurred for your contract B. So when we are preparing, after preparing contract B's account, we will prepare contract T's account as we are receiving cash from the contract T for the contract B. So how much cash we are receiving is, we are receiving 1,25,000. So by cash account 1,25,000, this balance will be carried down and it will also be brought down. So 1,25,000. So next they've asked us to prepare the balance sheet, your liabilities and assets. So we will take all the assets in the problem. So we will take materials. The closing value of materials we will take 22,000 plus 8,000, which will give you 30,000. So we will show 30,000 in the as materials. Next we will take depreciation for plant. So plant opening balance is 80,000 plus 70,000. So when we add up 80 plus 75, which will give you 1,50,000. With this 1,50,000, we will also take the closing balance of the value of the asset, which will give you 65,000 plus 64,000, which will give you 1,29,000. So this is the closing value of your plant. So we will show in the year as 1,29,000. So the difference 1,50,000 minus 1,29,000 is nothing but your depreciation, which is 21,000 for both contract A and B. So plant is taken and stock is taken. Now we will show there are no other assets, fixed assets or current assets. So we will show the work in progress. So under work in progress for A, we will take work certified and uncertified, which is 4,20,000 which is work certified and 23,000 work not certified. With this total, which is 4,43,000, we will minus the amount which has been transferred to reserve and the cash what we have received. So the amount which has been transferred to reserve for contract A is 24,000. So 24,000 will be minused. Then we will get a balance of 4,19,000. This 4,19,000 will minus the cash what we have received. So the cash what we have received as per the question is 3,78,000. So 3,78,000 will be minus. So the balance is 41,000, which is an asset which has to be received for the contract. Now contract B, work certified and uncertified, which is mentioned in the question, with 1,35,000 plus 10,000, which is 1,45,000. So with this we will minus the amount which has been transferred to reserve. As there is loss, nothing has been transferred, but we will but we have cash which has been received for this contract. So the cash what is received for this contract is 1,25,000. So we will minus 1,25,000 from 1,45,000, which will give you 20,000. So in your liabilities, we will be recording any accrued or outstanding. If there as there is no outstanding or accrued, we have profit and loss. So we will show the profit of contract A, which is 36,000, which has been gained. How did you get this 36,000 is to profit and loss. So the profit from your notional profit, which we have divided and we have we have forwarded or shown in your profit and loss account for contract A is 36,000, and we have loss for contract B for 5,000 is the loss, which will be minus, and the exact profit what the contractor has received is 31,000. So it is appearing in the liability side because any profit what has been earned by the company, it will not it will not be kept idle, but instead it will be divided and it will be distributed to whomever it is supposed to be given. whomever, in the sense it can be any investment. He can make any investments, or he can do further expansion of his business, or he can give back this money to the shareholders who have invested in his company, or for the loan whatever he has taken. So this money will be utilized till the till the one, even the 1 penny of the profit will be used. So thank you everyone. The other problems will be discussed in the next video.